Hey, we are two Star Wars nerds, and we're continuing our character deep dives, our Why We Love series. Today we're talking about Princess Leia, General Organa, and Empire Strikes Back. And so to kick things off, why don't you start? And yeah, then I'll add my thoughts after.
And you probably have a lot because you love this movie.
I do. It's my favorite movie of all time.
I always say that, but...
And Star Wars. Just everything. My favorite movie.
Why I love Leia, though, in Empire Strikes Back is, even we were talking before, I love seeing her just right off the bat, just right in her General Organa. Like, she's just calling the shots. We were talking about she's young, and she's in charge, and she's doing a good job, and she just doesn't seem to have like fear. She doesn't put up with any crap. She's just like a strong female character. Like, that's how you're introduced to her in the beginning of this movie. And then, as it goes, you see her relationship progress with Han, and you see her kind of she's resisting, and then eventually she admits and accepts her feelings. I don't know if she's afraid. Kind of what I was thinking is maybe she's afraid to love. She's had everything taken away from her, so she's probably afraid to open up and let in another deep relationship, and I think that's why she resists so long. But obviously it's worth it in the end to open up her heart, and she's with her true love, Han. And then I also just really like even her relationship with Luke. I don't like how they kiss. But even that she's trying to figure out, she's like, I like you, but I'm not really sure in which way, just because the kissing and, just something's not right here. No. But we're very close, and I just can't wrap my finger around it. So just that.
Yikes.
And doesn't she do it, though? She kisses him to make Han jealous.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's all like...
It's
your sister.
She's just funny, and I think that's an amazing trait too, that she's trying to make him jealous, and then accidentally kisses her brother. But again, that's a whole other story.
That's a video we will not make.
No, she didn't know. But overall, I love Princess Leia in this movie, and I love seeing her be the strong female general leader, but then also seeing that side of her opening up her heart and accepting love. Like, she loved Han Solo, he loved her, they both knew it, and they just had to have their little what's the word?
Tiff? I don't know.
Yeah, tiff maybe. Tiff back and forth and giving each other some attitude and some kind of like playful flirting, and there's this back and forth that's really entertaining, honestly, like throughout the movie. Just
very bizarre courtship.
Yeah. Just woven in. But I love it. But yeah, I again, just like I said in A New Hope, I think she's an amazing just example, role model for, little girls to look up to, for women to look up to. Because she's strong, she's independent, but she opens up her heart to love too. Mm-hmm. And just like we were talking about in our wisdom this week about how you have to ask people for help, I think that's something Leia had to learn to do too. So yeah, I love Princess Leia in Empire. I pretty much love her in everything. I think she's an amazing character, and I'll just keep saying it, I just wish I could have seen her as a Jedi.
Yep, you'll read about it.
Yeah.
There's so much, honestly, in this. I mean, even just to start, obviously Carrie Fisher, fantastic actress. She is perfect for Princess Leia. Mm-hmm. And yeah, right off the bat, it's kind of strange that nobody questions her, that everybody just goes with whatever Leia says.
Well, she's so confident. It's like, yeah, she knows what she's talking about. Why would we?
And you just don't think about her age. Mm-hmm. It's very fascinating. But it's like she's royalty, mm-hmm. and I mean, it's in the novelization of A New Hope. But she spits in the face of Vader. Mm-hmm. She's tortured by Vader and Tarkin. She stands up to Tarkin. She's watched her planet explode. She helped, lead this rebellion against the Death Star, and we know who her dad is. All this stuff.
No, she lost her mom and dad.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I meant like
beginning.
her, like Bail. I was thinking of like her adopted dad there. But yeah, so it's like there's all this stuff that goes right into Empire, and that's what she's leading with.
Right.
And it's awesome. But I think when I think about Leia and her love life with Han, probably the first person she's actually like loved and cared for in a romantic way, I think it's her learning to let go of control, because it not only is love unpredictable and it's this fleeting thing where it's like you don't really have control over it. It just kind of happens. It's like you start falling in love with someone.
But Han Solo is
you have Han. The person you love with is like untamable.
the most, unpredictable.
And so, because you see for her, even when he's being all like Rico Suave and like, pressing up on her and like getting all smooth and stuff like this, she's not impressed. She's just like, get off of me, and just like this back and forth. And it's cool to see this slow, we were talking, it's not a deconstruction, it's not a softening. It's just, you see this transition happening, this transformation by the end when Han is being put into carbonite and she declares her love and she's like, I love you,
I know.
And then classic, man, the bait and switch. But no, and I think for me, why Empire works so well is because you see her so hard and so tough in A New Hope. And then in Empire, you see that, but then you slowly
see more.
It's like you get to peek behind the veil and you see into her heart, and you see like slowly, it's like the Leia unaffected by war comes up, the Leia unaffected by tragedy comes up, and it's
like the real Leia.
Yeah, and it's very much like Anakin and Padme. Like, you can put aside your ideas about war, your ideas about politics, and it's like nothing else matters, And so for me, that's just so cool, for Leia in Empire Strikes Back. And yeah, honestly, it is my favorite movie, and I think we'd be amiss to not talk about what I think is the coolest thing about Leia, is at the very end, Luke calls out to her, and through the Force, you can see it on her face. She's like, we need to go back. And they go in and get him.
She knew exactly where he was.
And it's so cool. So cool. And I can't wait till we show our son Star Wars, because I'm not gonna watch it with him. I'm gonna watch him. Aww. And I'm gonna be like, how are you reacting? Because I'm like, I wish I could remember what it was like to watch A New Hope. I'd be like, yeah, okay, Luke, the Force, that's cool. And then to see him and then to see her respond, be like,
it's super cool.
Hold up, what's going on? But yeah, that's a side note, but that'll be cool. But yeah, I think it's really cool because it sets up the relationship between her and Luke, between her and her dad, and then it adds more emotional weight to like what's happened.
Right.
And it sets up great stuff in the EU, for future Leia.
Yes.
It really does.
Yeah.
But in the comments, please let us know why you love Leia in Empire Strikes Back.
How can you not?
I mean, seriously, how can you not? But maybe what's your favorite Leia moment in Empire Strikes Back? I would love to chat with all of you about that. But with that, we are two Star Wars nerds. May the Force be with you always.